Greetings and salutations to all you people out there in FAF land. Today, I have a Setons. It is in the lower end of the ranking spectrum, but hopefully it will be a good game, have some interesting plays going on, and overall not be as boring as Setons tend to normally be. On the northern side, we have Delty, Woodle, that is Namir and XFX versus the southern team composed of Stalker, Horus, Soul, and last but not least, Artishad. There is no Cybern on the northern team, and the southern team, it appears, is running without a Seraphim. Other than that, it is a normal spread. And the initial builds look normal for Setons. First land factories all around, and good place in all. First air for the Southern Air Players Stalker. Alright, I'm going to bump the speed up on this at least +4. I'm going to try to burn off as much of this as I can. I'm not sure how long this replay is, but we're going to try to speed through it as best we can without missing anything. Pretty normal expansion from the rocks. Although critical mistake from Horus, you should never, ever, 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 under any circumstances, build the UEF Air Factory first. Because it does build engineers slowly. More than that, he didn't even go first transport. He sent his first engineer directly to the island. So this is a totally pointless air factory that is actually crippling his early expansion by delaying his engineers. Now this is unusual. A transport out for Stalker. It looks like he's headed for the island. But I am not sure. Scout coming around from Namir. He is not going to see that. Not enough range on that radar. And going northward. Well, that is highly unusual to see. A 3.5-minute transport full of engineers. Going to the rock? No, he is probably going to start a land spam. 2 little engineers throwing up a radar, and yes, lots of land factories. Interesting play there. Both rock players have gotten their islands. We had also a 3.5-minute naval factory for the beach player, Artishad, and he is going to press directly across and try to knock out the naval production. The bad thing about it is, though, when your opposing player is already established on the other side, you're just not going to be able to push enough subs and frigates early to be able to completely deny that. It's just not going to happen. T1 subs out for Namir. So you're going to get that pretty easily. Slowly building up a group of units here. Engineers throwing up more factories. If I were going for this, I would be going all in. He does have a little spare mass. This is going to cripple his early air production, so I would definitely be throwing up more factories than he is. T1 bombers are the weapon of choice for Namir. You're going to try to knock out those frigates, but I would be more worried about the subs that are inevitably coming. Naval factory will go down. It looks like Advantage X on front. He was a little bit earlier getting his spam together. I'm going to bump this down for just a second and we'll take a look at what each of the players is doing. First up, we have Soul, who got far less than half the reclaim, only 5k. XFX on the other hand, pulling 8.3k, running a much more solid economy for it. This up here is lethal. I love seeing stuff like this. Totally disrupt the normal flow of play. Sending out Aeon already does have the highest damage per second and highest rate of fire of any of the T1 mobile Arty. It is deceptively powerful even though it has 0 area of effect. T2 Navy, by the way, is in the water for Artishad. Aeon is definitely a base wrecker. The artillery is not very good versus units because it doesn't have any area of effect. When you're dealing with stationary buildings and large targets, nothing beats Aeon artillery. It has about 55 to 58% more damage per mass than the Zui does. So, Zui may be able to wipe out build power faster, but you definitely do not want Aeon artillery in your base. Namir has gone full land spam here in the back of his base, throwing up 6 land factories, trying to get up enough tanks to ward off this artillery. That is one advantage you have when your opponent is going 100% artillery. Well micro tanks can easily kill off all of it. Namir saying everyone's wasting their lives, this game is lost, why are we doing this? But his teammates are talking him into staying. They are going to attempt to fight it off, even though things right now look pretty grim. The Southern Air player has gone tier 2, and the Northern Air has nothing. Bilshiv is coming out for Delty. He is trying to give a hand clearing out sections of the map. We have another drop from Stalker. That one has been spotted. A bomber comes in and shut down before it even begins. Namir has actually done an extremely good job. Having the secondary eco over here on the island has kept him from using Navy. Actually, at the moment it looks like he has more, but there are twin bombers out for the Southern Air player. He has opted to stay tier 2. It is 15 minutes into the game. Normally by now both air players would have been tier 3 for about 4 minutes. But my goodness, they need to kill off this artillery. Still going to town on the base. Namir asking the opposing air to please just send a scrap bomber and kill me. Brutal is doing his best to throw everything back up. Let's see what he has on his commander. He did get both brass. That is going to save him. Even though he lost a lot of his mass, he was able to get both of the resource allocation upgrades that can give him a massive boost, 6k power and 64 mass, I believe. More than his entire group of T1 mexes would have given him. Namir is claiming these mass extractor points for his own. We'll have to wait and see whether he gives them back to the air player or not. Front is turned into the typical fire-based war. We've got shields, we've got point defense, handful of units coming in to reinforce the stationary defenses, but overall looking pretty normal for mid. Artishad has gone extremely heavy subs. That is actually a good choice versus Seraphim. Seraphim destroyers are on the weaker end in the torpedo range. The Salem for Cybering and the Exodus class for Aeon both have stronger torpedoes than the Seraphim destroyer does. A good solid group of T2 subs will do impressive damage versus Seraphim T2. Actually, a little tidbit for you. The Seraphim T3 sub has a vision range that is smaller than the attack range of the Cyber T2 sub. So you can ambush T3 subs pretty easily, and the T3 sub's strength is in its range. If you can get tier 2 subs in range of the tier 3, they will absolutely, without a doubt, demolish the T3 subs. You have to kite with the T3. So the stealth on the Cyber Navy is brutal versus Seraphim Navy, especially for someone who has gone 100% subs. Artishad is trying to knock out some of this eco on the island. Not sure how far he will get. There really isn't any opposing air. We do have T3 air for Woodle. He has beaten Stalker to the punch, although Stalker, again, purposely delaying T3 air to help out a little bit with the Sport Bombers. Not really a need to move T3 air when your opponent has nothing. But yes, the other thing that I was going to say about the T2 subs is destroyers have a smaller vision radius than the T2 subs attack range. So the T2 subs can stand right outside the destroyer's line of vision. There we go. Finally getting a cruiser over here to protect the island. Should have done that very early. Just send one cruiser and you can deny that. What you need is when you have destroyers together versus Cyber, you need one cruiser because the cruiser has a much larger vision radius than the destroyer does, and it actually will let you see the T2 stealth subs so that you can fire back and not get fired on without being able to return. Namir is asking for a UEF engineer trying to get kennels up. I don't know why you would build kennels, though. They are very inferior. Airbait and very expensive for the build power that you get. Seraphim does have the advantage of those stronger T3 engineers. The T3 engineers are actually every bit as mass efficient as the T1 engineers. So if you just start replacing your build power with T3, you can knock down the unit count. I would say easily a better option, but kennels are drones. Maybe pressing mid now. Producing a lot of cruisers. He needs to be careful though because Tor Bombers. He has backup. Both of the northern naval players have moved to T3. There is a battle cruiser in the water for both of them. Two for Forrest. Forrest is currently leading the pack on score. Pulling in a whopping 354 mass. 25 minutes, and he is nearly done with all of his T3 mechs upgrades. It looks like he has 3 on the mainland. And he has gone kennels as well, consolidating his build power. T3 point defense online for both of the front players does a pretty good job of assisting me. I think that Namir is playing it pretty dangerously here. He has way too many cruisers and not enough direct fire units. He only has 5 destroyers versus all of these subs, and then the Siren direct fire cruisers as well. I have to excuse me, guys. I got some stuff in my throat today. When the bases are this close, I would love to see more use made of T3 mobile artillery. It is much cheaper and much more mass efficient than T2 stationary is. Absolute base record. have a T3 factory in the water from near. We're going to see subs soon. Another round of torpedo bombers coming out. He needs to target the cruisers first, otherwise he only gets one pass. As we're seeing, desperately trying for frigate spam and getting another round of destroyers out. He will be able to deny that. There we go. Not sure why Delty has built a group of 7 T3 somewhere. Like an odd choice. Both players are pushing battleships, but I just don't see how Delty is going to be able to deny this. Delty pulling 322 mass, actually. Horus pulling a whopping 450. With an eco advantage like that and the amount of build power that is over here in these kennels, as much as I dislike kennels, he is going to be able to throw out. You can see how fast he is throwing out these battleships. It looks like about one every 15 seconds. That is just going to be a brutal amount of firepower. Now up to 4 summits versus 2. Almost 3 for Delty. Well, my CPU is finally starting to slow down. I need to overclock it. I'm still on stock specs. I'm still only +2, +3. As of yet, there's not a whole lot of air on the field, so that's actually helping me out pretty well. People complaining about the scouting situation between the player on each team. Stalker really out of date on his intel. This team is not scouting. There's not as much unseen for the northern team. Google is doing a pretty good job of scouting, but there are some major dark spots with both sides. Amir saying that he is going to be able to kill his beach point now. Strat bombers and restorers take out XFX. Boodle was not able to get his ASF there in time. Harbinger's also coming out for this is an unusual move by Stalker. Definitely not playing your conventional game. Boodle saying that they did not have Omni coverage, so he could not see it coming. Boodle has made a very impressive comeback. Stalker is just not pulling eco like air players normally do. Still on 370 mass. Not going for fabricators or anything like that. Boodle, on the other hand, is building his power grid, is building his fabricator grid, and then has also inherited not much eco, just a handful of T2Xs, still on some T1 there, netting him a total of 531 mass. Horus, though, just blowing eco out of the water. 501 mass income. He has almost as much as the opposing air player does in 2 bases, and he's by himself. Still has not started a fabricator grid, but that is what you get for having a lot of nexus. Seton's, since it is played full share, takes a little bit more thought in killing ACUs. I probably would not have killed the front in that situation because that gives double eco to an already stronger air player. Not a good choice by Stalker, I would think. He does have a GC coming up mid. There's not a whole lot here. He will probably be able to steamroll this midsection and remove all of that eco from the game. He has a handful of Harbingers and plenty of flak to accompany his GC. So he is going to be able to deny. It looks like Namir is having a little bit more trouble than he anticipated. Artishad has done a good job of packing in a ton of sub-hunters, and those are stealth, so you will not see them until you can actually make contact with them or send an Omni over. And the T2 subs are taking a dive into the T3 subs. They are going to get in range. You can just see the health off of those T3 units. Although I do not think he had a mass equivalent number of subs to start out with. He is going to drop only three to deal with, but I don't know that it's going to be enough. Restorers trying to dive in and help with Stalker, but Restorers really can't do a whole lot against T3 subs. There needs to be a massive T2 sub spam going on right now, otherwise Artishad is going to lose, and lose heavily. Titans and Harbies coming forward now to cover this GC is taking quite a bit of fire from that Navy. There's 4 battleships trained on it, killing off the Titans and slowly chipping away at the health on that GC. Summit shots. The GC Claw picking up that T2 transport. Always a funny thing to see. It has been achieved once. I'm not sure how many of you saw Shepard's Fail video, but at least once it has happened. Strap bombers coming in trying to deal with that GC. That a T2 transport came in for an ECU to pick it up and escape from a GC. The transport came down, and as soon as it picked up the ACU, the transport was down and it counted as a ground unit because it was technically landed to pick up the ACU, and the GC tractor clawed the transport with the ACU in it, just auto detonating the ACU. There was nothing the other player could do. It was hilarious. To see a tier 2 Seraphim transport just wobbling through the air, flying towards the GC, and then the ACU detonating. Pretty awesome sight. For those of you who don't know, if you YouTube Shepard, S-H-E-P-A-R-D, Forged Alliance, the first hit would be the Forged Alliance Colonel, which is Colonel Shepard's YouTube page. He has some amazing videos over there in the Epic Fail, Epic Win category. FA is one of those brilliant games where you have a lot of unforeseen things happen, since it is a fully simulated game down to the last projectile. You will see some amazing things happen. Still, Namir having issues. He is down to 2 T3 subs, and it looks like Artishad is actually gaining ground building these T2 subs. Once again, Namir has gone for 2 mini cruisers, although they are going to come in handy right now. T3 Torps coming from Stalker. Stalker doing more of a support role. Boodle has countered with his own GC. Strat Bomber's finishing off the ones he sent over, and he has a second GC on the way. Interesting little, we have naval factory there. Stalker has played team support this game. He has not directly gone after specifically trying to kill the opposing air player. He did the drop early and land spam and wiped out the base. Amazing choice to wipe out that much eco and then play role of torque bombers. I would think that if you had gone early T3 in addition to doing the land spam, you could have probably got a strat bomber kill while Woodle did not have any air, but that was a lost opportunity, sadly. Now we're seeing the game finally start to shift back in the North's favor. There is a Fat Boy on the front for Seoul. The Fat Boy and that group of T3 point defense, that is pretty much going to be impervious to the GCs unless he can get both to the front at the same time. He did get the GCs and the front eco to Namir, I would imagine, so that he can try and knock out the southern bases. It looks like we're going for RAS SACUs for Horus, dumping more into investing in his economy. He's up to 542 mass now. He is sitting on an Atlantis and a whole lot of battleships. I think he actually has enough now that he could pretty easily kill the North Beach player. Strat Bomber's coming in, going for the Fat Boy and not for the front player. Actually, that is a wise choice for the previously stated reasons. That would hand off more eco to Stalker. Woodle doing a brilliant job on his eco. He has 508 mass income and he gave the front mass over to Namir. T3 transport full of Titans. I don't know why you would pick Titans. That is very strange. A Percival drop would have been far more effective. Strat Bomber and Restores on its way. Titans just do not have the damage per second to be doing this. The Percivals could have one-shot KO'd. 6 Percivals with one-shot KO at T3 max and move on to the next one. Air player is keeping the Navy at bay. While it is slowly creeping in, this is definitely not as hard a loss as it could have been, and those Restorers are slowly chipping away at the battleships. That's going to be a heavy loss for Namir. Oh, Woodle sweeping in and demolishing the few ASF that Stalker has.
Strategic launch detected.
There is a nuke on the way. It is headed for the air player. Nuke defense, yes, nuke defense is loaded. That came from the rear here. And another nuke for the Navy player, who also has defense built but is not going for the base. That is a Navy nuke, going to take out 3 battleships and a good number of smaller units. And that is going to open the door wide. Horus is going to be able to just steamroll with hardly any losses. He has 11 summits. That is an obscene amount of firepower. If those battleships make it to land, the northern team is going to be in major trouble. The reach on those is tremendous. They're going to be able to wipe out this entire portion of the map right here. That is all going to be a loss. Woodle is in firm control of air. He is going to need to do something to help his team out. A Fat Boy coming up to accompany these two GCs. Strat Bombers slowly chipping away at the eco down here. Those could be better used. Trying to take out some power. Woodle, with his air control, could get these ASF killed and then come out and wipe out. Stalker does not have a great surplus of power. He's only pulling 36k. Going to check his eco out. Yeah, he's only plus 1,000, and he's also floating mass. He does not have enough power. Losing a couple of PGen would be devastating. Delty has built a strat sub. That was a mistake. That was a waste of mass that he could have put into a battleship. It is nearly loaded too. Oh no, my bad. That was the tack launcher that was nearly loaded. It's only 20%, so that is not going to be as bad a loss as I thought it was going to be. Chorus needs to do a little bit better job microing his Navy. He's letting it get way too spread out. He needs to bunch it up and move forward with it. Namir has finally claimed the southern pond as his own. Still building 2-3 subs though for some reason. And the anti-nuke is down. Battleships have taken it out. Here comes the nuke. That is going to be a devastating hit right there. Quantum Gateway, 4 T3 max power, and a lot of base stuffs. That is a hard hit to an already on the downswing position. That is going to speed up the fall. Map is still symmetrical though. Southern Sea is in the firm control of the northern team, and the northern sea is in the hands of the southern player, although he is not quite as far along as this is. 571 mass now for Horus, but Brutal is about to catch up. He's pulling 561 with his infrastructure. The Fat Boy is online. There are now 2 GCs and a Fat Boy throwing up extra nuke defense around the map because they know that there's at least 2 nukes. There's 1, there's 2, nukes. Fat Boy is going to shift over and try to help out with this Navy situation, but with that many summits, there is no way that Fat Boy is going to be alive for long. You can see the shield just peeling off that unit, and then it dies. Summit shots, just brutal alpha damage, and the range is immense. Not sure why he built 4 Nemesis. That was kind of overkill versus another 3F player. A 5th one up and a 6th one on the way. He needs to start using these for air production or something, because there's no combat left for him to do. That's kind of a waste of mass just throwing it out there. Stalker going for a bit of hover spam. he has seen there are no destroyers and there were no frigates until these are just now moving up, sending out the hover tanks to try and kill off these cruisers. An excellent little play. Pushing out hover flak as well, trying to secure air, a little bit more air control over here so his torp bombers can be more effective. But the frigates are moving in now. That is going to shut down his plans. Battleships and cruisers are now hitting the front. I don't think there's any way that the front can hold up to that. Another nuke out for Forrest, just pounding away with this launcher over here. He's going to hit the front player's fresh new anti-nuke. Ah, man. That is going to knock both of those GCs down below half health. And the Fat Boy is already dead. That is going to cripple mid. We're just watching the map fall apart on two different fronts. It's basically still a symmetrical game. The South team has a slight advantage because Namir decided to focus on front instead of on Pico. May come back to fight him. We have Percival's out. Moving northward, they are going to be able to deal with those GCs, I would think. And the battleships take out Seoul. 4 battleships, no matter what faction. That is a lot of damage once your shields are down. You need to get out of there. He did not quite make it to the water. He was right on the edge. And he died. Another Fat Boy for Delty. And he has started a third. Unfortunately, Fat Boys just are not going to be strong enough. There is too much Navy, too many summits. As soon as they get eyes on that Fat Boy, it is going to go down in a blaze of glory. And they will know it exists now because shots. He needs to stay at range, not just blindly run in with that Fat Boy. Run to the side, run in circles, do something. Although with a bubble shield that big, you can't really dodge battleship fire. For that matter, if you get too close, cruisers will do a good job of hitting you. Another nuke out for the Southern Air player. There is nuke defense here. It is loaded. It has 1 in it. But no, it was headed for Namir. The anti-nuke fired, but it was too late. The nuke hitting the ground just before the anti-nuke got to it, and Namir has been eliminated. That is going to... that hurts the North team badly. That was a brilliant nuke by Stalker. Just running the very edge of the nuke defense's range and able to get that ACU in the blast radius. That was impressive. I am very surprised that this game lasted that long after wiping out all of Woodle's base at the beginning. But the Northern team did a very good job of pulling together and using a bit of teamwork to deny that incursion on their territory and pushing back. Unfortunately, Mir just not using his naval units to their full strength. Building cruisers when he should have built destroyers, bad targeting prioritization. There is a lot of damage it could have done, but did not, just because of some not so good choices. A salvation is online for Woodle. He has used all of that eco that he's accumulated over the course of the game to knock out a salvation, and he does have almost complete air control. Yellow has stockpiled a few ASF, but Woodle still has, it looks like, twice as many. Has a Fat Boy to cover. As long as he can use these strats and all of these units to protect his rear base here, this salvation is going to go a long, long ways towards winning this game for him. Targeting the power first, excellent choice. Landing a hit on this mass fab would be a huge plus to get the damage from that. Salvation's extremely good at killing, at knocking down base shields, but unfortunately they just, the damage is so spread out that it's hard for them to kill an individual unit. You can see it looks like he's aiming for this P-Gen, and you can see the massive spread. Very little of the shots actually hitting the P-Gen that you aim for. Stalker is trying to build a lot of shields, but shields are just not going to be very effective against a salvation. Percivals are going to kill that Fat Boy, it looks like. Yes, they are. There is no more. Strat Bomber is going to try to knock that out. Forrest has gone air, finally. ASF coming in. He is going to possibly secure air control. Strat Bomber's coming in. This is not going to end well for Woodle. Got to knock those things out. He sees him coming. He's running to intercepts. And swing. No, he missed them. Did not see them. Strats are going to go down. Oh, that was brilliant. This shield coming up just in time to absorb the last couple of bombs. That possibly could have killed that. Throwing those T2 gens up to secure that salvation. They've got to keep that alive. That is their only hope at this point. Power grid's starting to fail for Stalker. Once his power goes down, he is going to lose shield coverage. If Woodle can knock out these 3 gens, that is going to kill the shields. There's another group over here. Forrest saying, you need to knock out the anti-nuke. I've got nukes. There's a Fat Boy coming out of the water here. Forrest is building Fat Boys with SACUs in the water and pushing them forward very rapidly. Huge, huge eco. 691 mass plus replan. He's going to be able to pop out Fat Boys in a big kind of hurry. Woodle is sitting on 1K mass himself. Stalker on 739 with the combined bases. Delty,
Strategic launch detected.
not looking very healthy at the moment. Although, yes, there we go, 1 Fat Boy down. Actually using the salvation to kill a Fat Boy on your own shore. A nuke is out. Does he have anti? That is the question. There is an anti and it is not loaded. I think that is going to be the end of it. Killing the other nuke defense with Strat Bombers.
Strategic launch detected.
Woodle says he does have SMD. I don't see it though. Woodle, crap, they killed the SMD, and then boom. There's another nuke on the way here. He did manage to kill the nuke with that salvation, but it was too late. Oh, that's sad. That hurt to watch. Ignorance truly is bliss. Right up till the point that the nuke hit. Nuke on the way over here to wipe out that power grid. And watch Woodle here go from, well, he's not building anything, so he does actually still have plus. That is gonna be game. Oh, hard fought sentence. That was actually a pretty good one. Well played by the Southern team. Very, very well played. From the drop at the beginning to naval control. Hopefully that was not too slow for you guys. If you have any good replays, as always, please send them in to me. I need some good material to cast in the upcoming days. And as always, thanks for watching, people.